Now, the first fight is going to be very exciting. Sumya Anani, who conquered Christy Martin, one of the only ones to ever do that, will take on maybe the best athlete in women's boxing in Fredia Cheetah Gibbs. John, this Gibbs tonight cannot be saved by the bell in any round, and only the ref can stop the fight. And, of course, they implement the 10-point must system, and, again, 2-minute rounds. There's the WIBA belt.
That is what they're fighting for. Get that belt wrapped around your waist.
And believe me, both of these girls want that belt. I had a chance to talk to them before this fight, and they're both hungry.
You gotta buy those pants with the big belt loops, though. It's really difficult to find those.
I'd have to have suspenders.
Sumya, the island girl, Anani. Mentioned a record of 18-1, coming off a victory over Britt Van Buskirk. She avenged a loss to Van Buskirk. September of 2000, her last fight, October 20th of this year. And again, I did that fight with Christy Martin, December the 18th in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and it was an all-out war slugfest, and I expect to see that type of brawling style from Sumya tonight, Linda.
Oh, that fight was definitely a barn burner, and Sumya, she is definitely ready to fight Fredia. You know, something that somebody doesn't know about Sumya, she's a holistic healer, and she's a very accomplished boxer. And this girl, she comes in the ring relentless. You gotta basically knock her out to get her off of you.
Holistic healer, so she can knock out her opponent, then go over and heal her. That'd be convenient.
Or heal herself. Fredia Gibbs, the cheetah. We've seen her not only in the ring, but on the big screen. She was in a movie.
Yeah, the Terminator in Kick Knockout. She was also played a small part in The Prince of Bel-Air.
Just dressed in her, clad in her cheetah attire. Very good athlete, all-around athlete. In high school, she played basketball, ran track. She also played professional basketball in Germany.
They won the championship there too, by the way. She was very proud of that. She's really used to being a champion and a winner, so this is going to definitely be a test for her. And something you might want to keep in mind also is she was a kickboxer. 15-0 was her record. She's undefeated.
She was a world champion. Favorite fighter, Sugar Shane Mosley, and we'll see some of that Mosley-type style from Gibbs when this fight gets underway.
Something that's really going to help Fredia is she was a state champion in track. That's going to give her a lot of endurance.
Runs like a cheetah.
Well, it's time to get things underway. Let's throw it up to ring announcer Mark Bureau.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Austin Convention Center in Austin, Texas for Corona's World Class Championship Boxing. Under the promotion of RPM Boxing and Brian Pardo, and presented by CSI Sports in association with DoubleTree Club Austin, Pennzoil, and Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina. This is your first contest of the evening. It is scheduled for 10 two-minute rounds for the WIBA Welterweight Championship of the World. Your referee for this event is Jerry McKenzie. Introducing in the red corner to my right, wearing the tie-dye colored trunks and weighing in at 139 pounds, she boxes out of Kansas City, Missouri. Her professional record, 18 victories, 1 defeat, and 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Sumya Anani. Her opponent in the blue corner, wearing the cheetah-style trunks, weighing 138¼ pounds. She hails from Chester, Pennsylvania, with a professional record of 8 victories, 1 defeat, 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Fredia Gibbs. 10 two-minute rounds for the WIBA Junior Welterweight Championship of the World.
go. Come on, Tim, let's go. All right, guys, you know what? While you're here, all right, protect yourself at all times. Touch them up. Let's go to work.
So we're set to go. Fredia Gibbs in the cheetah attire. And, of course, Sumya, Anani, and I don't know how to describe that. I guess it's an island-type look. It's colorful.
Tie-dye? Is that what it is? I don't know. I remember my parents talking about that tie-dye stuff. Is that... Do you know what it is?
Not exactly.
James Smith. Aren't you the Bone Crusher? I remember that guy. James Bone Crusher Smith. I know him. Sitting right next to me. Starting this fight off.
You will see Anani trying to cut off the ring and coming forward, and Fredia trying to utilize all of this ring.
Sumya seems to be protecting herself a little better than Fredia. She's got that her hands down, which is a classic style for some boxers, but sometimes it can be dangerous if you're in against a really experienced boxer like Sumya.
Or a hard right hand puncher, carrying that left hand down low like she does. She tries to flip the punches up. Gibbs tries to flip up her jab. Does a nice job of that. She's got to be careful. What I like for fighters to do is sometimes bring that hand up or try to roll with the shoulder. Shoulder right in front of your chin.
Anani did a smart thing there, jabbing with the jabber. Of course, Fredia carrying the left hand very low, confident of her speed advantage against Anani.
I'd like to see Anani use a real quick right hand. Be very effective against somebody like Fredia.
Something you got to understand, since this is a 10-round fight, these girls might be, setting each other up a little bit at the beginning, waiting until some later rounds to really start putting in some power. But you never know. If they get one of them wounded, hey, they're predators. They're going to go after them.
In these 10-round fights, Linda, you still have time to set up a fight plan, and you kind of work it, and then you change and alter as the fight goes on. Is that right?
Well, you do, but they're shorter rounds, so they really got to check each other out pretty quick, and they really got to watch it and make sure that they're getting in what they need to.
Good body work along the ropes by Anani, and she will go to the body. Her matchup with Martin, both fighters were going to the body the entire night, and that will pay dividends, Sean, in the later rounds. She's able to work the body and slow down Fredia Gibbs.
Well, she said she was going to go downstairs. She knew that Gibbs is very strong and she's fast. She wanted to go downstairs to the body and slow Gibbs down.
End of round number one.
Good. Just relax, arms down.
Just as we expected, Gibbs trying to utilize the entire ring, and Anani trying to
Give me the water, Sean. Give me the water.
cut it off.
Hey, get the left hook in there, because she's reaching. She's reaching, all right? Get your left hook in there. She's reaching.
There's a listener in the corner, Jerry Claiborne.
Just relax.
He's talking to her right in the center of the ring. Cassius Green leaning over. Veteran trainer, Cassius Green.
Just get the jab. She ain't working the jab. She's reaching for the jab.
Go to the gym and watch Cassius Green work out.
You pull the 1-2 back. Okay, so you can't get the punch
Good
off.
fighter.
Okay,
How long ago was that?
Just a few years when I was a kid. Guess what color his trunks always were? Cassius Green?
Green.
Good guess.
You wore a lot of green, too.
He's lucky his name wasn't Cassius Pink.
Seconds out. We approach the second round.
His last name would have been St. John then.
Round two.
Round two.
James Smith, Sean O'Grady, Linda Robinson. We are in Austin, Texas at the Convention Center for this WIBA Junior Welterweight Championship. Fredia Gibbs with the right hand.
She's got a very intense look on her face. That girl's getting in a good right hand.
Look at the muscles on Fredia's back, right up around her shoulders. You think she's been working out? You guys talked about the background of Fredia and how a great athlete she is. 3-time world kickboxing champion. She loved kickboxing, and all of a sudden she went into boxing. She started back in 1996, so she certainly knows her way around the ring. Record of 8-1, 2 KOs, but she brings knowledge, a wealth of knowledge from her martial arts background.
Well, I was talking to her before this fight. I asked her kind of what she wanted to do in the future, and she said she wants to take all comers. She's not afraid of anybody, and Lucia Riker's in the near future for her, and she's wanting to set up a fight like that.
Nice left hook by Anani.
To get with it, too, at 38 years old. She's in a little bit of a hurry. Anani got into boxing. Her trainer, Barry Buckner, who was a Golden Gloves champion in Kansas City, talked her into starting her boxing career. So she started also back in 1996.
Anani beating Martin was a good thing for her, but she really never got a chance to take advantage of it because after that, a lot of girls were afraid to fight her. You know, that put her in a very high competition level.
Good work on the inside by Anani.
Heating it up now, and she brings a lot of confidence into this fight with her. Anani does.
Don King offered Anani a contract after that fight, that victory, but she turned it down. Coming up on the end of the round, and we'll be back with more action from the Austin, Texas Convention Center.
There's the bell. That's the end of round 2.
Where do you get her?
There's a look into the corner. Sumya Anani.
You gotta fight, you'll fight.
Barry Buckner, who talked her into boxing.
See what you with the right hand?
That's him leaning over the corner. Also in that corner is Micah T.
That's their combination. You gotta get in. Inside your corner. Both times, both rounds.
Inside your turn apart. That's good instructions. Right on inside, you gotta be busy. You gotta throw the punches. What round is it, you guys?
Body shot.
This is round 3.
Round 3. Thank you.
Get into it.
Just keep relaxing like you doing. Right?
She's definitely a knockout.
Seconds out.
3 or 4 punches like you
Out.
Go
We
ahead,
approach the 3rd round.
Round 3, scheduled for 10. Fredia Gibbs.
You were talking about Anani not wanting to sign on with Don King. Sometimes when you get on with a big promoter like that, they'll lock you in and you'll either have a fight or you'll be inactive. So it's taking a chance either way. I mean, you're protected in one direction, but then you're kind of open in another.
Yeah, but it was a good move for Christy Martin, who made, was making $100,000 a fight, whereas Anani's career really not much happened after that victory. And at that time, I felt she was really 1, 2, 3, one of the top 3 women fighters in the world.
Precisely. I mean, she had an opportunity there, but for some reason or another, she chose not to take it.
Certainly brought another level to the side of female boxing. Christy Martin did. In fact, Anani said, when I fought Martin, I was undaunted. He said I simply thought I was going to fight somebody else. It was a nobody. She went in there with that mindset, was able to put off the victory. That's what she's trying to do in this fight here. A warning from Jerry McKenzie.
Anani very aggressive, as she should be, to try to slow down Fredia Gibbs, the quicker of the two.
That was the instructions in the corner. Between rounds, stay on top. They want her also going downstairs for the body, mixing up her attack. For Fredia, she has to stay on the outside. Look how Fredia does a nice job of circling around her opponent. She stays at the right distance. She's not too close, not too far away when she spins around.
You got Fredia, who's a boxer-puncher, and here's Anani that's a technical boxer. She's got a lot of action, and she's an aggressor, so it makes it a very good fight.
And if you're the aggressor without a lot of power, you need to throw many punches, don't you, Linda?
Oh, you got to definitely throw a lot of punches. You got to get them combinations in, and you got to make sure your distance is there.
You see the mouth a little open on Fredia Gibbs. I don't know whether fatigue would be setting in this early. Good right hand by Gibbs. And you see the elusiveness of Fredia Gibbs.
There's the bell. That's the end of round 3.
Good round. Gibbs coming on at the latter part of that round.
Just relax. Just relax.
Her corner.
Just relax. Just relax. All right.
Jerry Claiborne, plenty of time. I like that. That's good instruction.
You
Just
see that left
relax.
hook?
Read
You see that
deep.
right hand? They work, but we ain't throwing it. You got to throw some leather. You understand what I'm saying? You got to
They
throw
want her
some
to get
leather.
busier.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stop.
She's standing around a little bit too much, but in that 3rd round, here's what was happening. Allowing Anani to score, Fredia Gibbs just trying to maneuver out of the way, using too much defense. They don't like that in her corner. They want her punching back, retaliate.
Show some of her track skills there, Linda, and elusiveness, avoiding the shot
You're beating her on the
by
inside.
Anani. That's Fredia's plan. That would be to try to
We approach
frustrate
the 4th round.
Sumya Anani, but that's going to be a difficult task.
Yeah, with all that experience Sumya has, it's definitely going to be hard to get her off her fight plan.
And with that confidence, Linda, how does that affect her? And is it harder to break her down when she's so confident coming off the win over Martin?
Oh, definitely. I mean, whenever you beat somebody of that magnitude, you look at yourself in a whole different light and you realize that you can do a lot of things, and you build a great confidence within yourself.
Now this is turning into a brawl.
The referee wants him to break up. Hey, stop fighting. It's a fight. Let him fight. 1 point for what? Holding and hitting? 1 point taken away. Why? Fredia Gibbs gets a point taken away. My question is why? Oh, he's going to take it away from
both of them.
Also, it's a washout. When I say break, I want you stepping back and breaking.
Offsetting penalties.
So no yards lost.
Rather than take a point, just warn him. Sumya Anani, that's what she needs to do, to utilize, to come in and brawl like that.
I think Jerry should have given him a 15-yard penalty. That's what I think. Oh, boy, pointing on Anani, doing just what she needs to do. Get down low and move in, and then score. Use her strength, her power.
Boy, she's definitely a smart fighter. I mean, she's able to adjust, and she's coming in with a full arsenal of all kinds of things to do against Gibbs.
And Linda, you know, Gibbs took a lot of time off. 1999, she fought a couple times, and then had like almost a year and a half, 2 year layoff before her last fight against Susan Howard in June of this year.
Well, that really gives you a lot of ring rust. I mean, you can only spar so much in the gym, but you got to actually be in front of the camera fighting with somebody for real in order to keep up and polish and keep your skills, you know, at top peak performance.
Of course, and she's only been 10 rounds one time in her career.
Coming up on 10 seconds to go.
Anani 4 times.
Fredia Gibbs, Sumya Anani for the WIBA Junior Welterweight Championship.
The bell, that's the end of round 4.
Now you're looking good. The 1-2 is landing each and every time. The 1-2 is landing.
They like it over there. The 1-2 lands every time.
You're not even breathing hard. Take a deep breath.
Real confidence builder in that corner.
Okay?
You know, all of this hard work of training is all
looking
coming
good.
down to
The
20
1-2
minutes
is
of
working
boxing
every time.
time
Keep double, triple
to
up your jab.
determine where these
1-2,
girls
keep
are
your
at
left
within
hook
their
going, all
careers.
right?
Only 20 minutes. It doesn't sound that long, does it? But when you're in there, you know.
Oh my goodness.
It's a lot different than 20 minutes outside the ring.
Yeah, what do you try to tell people to do? Don't understand. Just try hitting a heavy bag for 5 minutes with gloves on, you know?
The most important thing you can tell a fighter in that corner is breathe. Catch your breath. And Fredia catching the right hand. You know, she's not gone through this fight without getting hit. Here she is catching these punches, and on top of her, Anani, she won't stop.
Round 5.
Round number 5. Exciting fight thus far. Sumya Anani, Fredia Gibbs.
You'll notice the tempo of this fight has definitely picked up.
Yeah, perhaps maybe the tide has turned. You know, that last round, I thought Anani had a terrific round. She seemed to take control. Gibbs kind of faded in that 4th round. So I'm thinking maybe the turning point's here. For Gibbs, she really has to fire up. She's really got to change the tide, turn the tempo right now, or she's going to be fading throughout this fight. She's only been 10 rounds once.
What she's not doing, Fredia, is throwing more than one punch at a time. She's beating Anani to the punch. She's a quicker-handed fighter, but she's throwing pretty much one punch at a time. You'd like to see combination punching.
Looking for the knockout.
That's definitely what's going to get her in trouble with Anani, because she's an aggressive, active fighter, and she'll come at you with just a whole lot of punches.
Big hook by Anani.
Look who's holding on. Holding being done. Fredia Gibbs holding like a cheetah.
I think that hook really got the attention of Fredia.
Well, Fredia's given Anani a lot of respect, and she's studying her a little long in between coming in with a punch. And, you know, my trainer always told me, you study long, you study wrong. So, you know, she needs to do something and come on in.
My college professor told me,
for the most part, Sean, you'd have to say this is effective aggressiveness by Anani.
Absolutely. When she moves in, she punches. Now, it's up to Gibbs to grab a hold of her and to hang on to her until the referee breaks them. Because Gibbs wants to fight from a distance. She wants to fight outside.
Well, and if you get a couple of good shots landed on you, you definitely want to clinch on the other person to kind of slow them down.
All right, we're halfway through what has been an already exciting 10-round battle. Sumya, Anani, and Fredia Gibbs.
There's the bell. That's the end of round 5.
Good job, Sumya. But here's the thing. She's got a chance to outplay you. Yes.
Inside the
You're not getting
Anani corner.
You're not listening to me. Will you fight her? This is a street fight, Sumya. This is inside. You understand? Fight your fucking fight. You understand me? Don't fight her fight anymore. You're gonna go give her. She don't want to fight on the inside.
Trainer's trying to get her to come in. He wants her to fight on the inside.
I'll tell you something. You're getting so much heat out there in the ring. I hate being put on the griddle when you get back to your corner. That's your safe haven over there. Good cross, a good hook from Anani, putting the pressure on and keeping it on.
That was the best punch of the fight.
Very good punch for Anani.
Second.
And you saw how Gibbs blinked. She took her eye off her opponent. She turned her head. She was hurt.
Round number 6, scheduled for 10. Fredia Gibbs in the cheetah attire. Sumya Anani coming forward. James Smith, Smitty, along with Sean O'Grady and Linda Robinson calling the action, and there's a lot of it here.
And these punches all have bad intentions on them. You can hear them smack whenever they hit each other.
I'm glad you said that. Bad intentions. Sumya in her corner. They were pretty blunt and to the point about what she needs to do, Sean.
No question about it. They want her to attack. They want her to get on top of her opponent. It would be useful, too, if she could cut off the ring. Linda, you know what I'm talking about? If she can corner up the cheetah, it's hard to get a cheetah in the corner.
Well, it definitely is, and you know, if she can't cut her off, then she's chasing her. And basically, why they want her to get inside is kind of diffuse some of that power that Fredia has given her.
They don't want to chase a
No.
cheetah either. Isn't it the fastest animal on earth?
Well, I
You got to
believe
corner
so.
her up, slide over, cut off the ring. What I mean by that is you use lateral movement. Yes, you slide down the ropes, corner your opponent up.
I have this fight scored 49 to 47 for Anani. Again, the judges may have it a little different, liking the movement and speed of the cheetah. Fredia Gibbs, 2-minute rounds, remember, in women's boxing.
And that was a good counter with the right hand that Fredia did with Anani.
Fredia just doesn't have the same intention with her punches she did in those first 5 rounds. She has definitely faded here.
Well, you got to wonder if it's, you know, whether she wants it as bad as Anani or if it's experience.
She has
Certainly a
never-
different complexion of the fight here than it was in those early rounds.
She has never faced anybody as tough as Sumya Anani. Her only loss was to Leah Mellinger, who was a boxer type, and that was back in 1998. But certainly she's never faced this type of pressure that Anani is putting on her right now.
Fight plans work.
And these punches are bad punches.
Another good round, in my opinion, for Sumya Anani. As we go into the corner of Fredia Gibbs.
Relax, take a deep breath. Hey,
Let's listen.
I'm seeing these weapons in spurs. Let me see the water, Cash. I'm seeing these weapons in spurs. Hey, you're throwing these punches in spurs. I don't want you throwing these punches in spurs. You went to the hook with the body, and you went to the hook to the head. That shit worked. You jab down here, came with the uppercut. You have all these
Asking
weapons,
for a
okay?
sustained attack in that corner. You're fighting in spurts. They mean you're fighting and then you stop. Whenever she stops, her opponent picks up the action and takes the play away from her. Gibbs losing the round with that kind of action.
And as we mentioned, she's throwing one punch at a time. When you had that type, you know, she mentioned Shane Mosley as her favorite fighter. Sugar Shane Mosley, what he's known for is punches and bunches.
A little swelling around that left eye, Anani.
Round 7.
That's par for the course with her. Round 7 from the Austin Convention Center.
Well, one of the best things these trainers can tell their fighters in the corner is to basically breathe and relax.
Right now, Anani really trying to turn up the pressure. working hard on the inside, landing and digging some good body shots.
So important in a 10-round fight. Body shots accumulate. The opponent shakes off those shots to the head.
The mouth of Fredia Gibbs open.
Well, and Anani was basically one of her hands was getting held by Fredia, so she was doing what any boxer would do. I mean, you know where one hand is, so you use the other. You definitely got good range then.
I have Anani ahead by 3 points now, so, but again, you know, so much subjection in scoring and how you score a fight. Do you like the aggressive Anani coming forward, landing the harder shots, or do you like the elusiveness, the movement, quicker-handed Fredia Gibbs, who right now is catching more than throwing and holding on and showing some signs, Sean, of fatigue, that those body punches taking a little bit of a toll on her.
You know, and you really see the feelings manifest on both of their faces. Anani wants this fight. You can see her focused. You can see the punches from her. She is just attacking her adversary. Gibbs more trying to relax in there. She's trying to back up. She's trying to stay out of the way using defense.
Big right hand by Anani landed there. And on the inside, it's all Anani.
Oh, Anani's relentless. Like I said earlier in this fight, you got to knock her out to get her off of you.
Coming up on the end of round number 7, yet another exciting round. Fredia Gibbs, Sumya Anani.
There's the bell. That's the end of round 7.
Want some left hands over there. Stay left-handed.
One more deep breath.
Hey, next time, lead by the Get in there and stay in there.
Barry Becker, when you get in, stay in. What he's saying is work your way on the inside. Stay in there and attack. Don't back up.
Don't get off of her.
She's tired. She's tired now.
Tired.
Mike McIntyre coming on that eye.
And they know it. She is tired. They are right.
Don't get her and stay on a street fighter. Don't box her, Sumya.
Bleeding with his fighter.
Didn't work before when he was kind of trying to wake her up.
Back inside the convention center here in Austin, Texas. Sumya Anani back on the attack, backing up Fredia Gibbs. This one's scheduled for 10 for the WIBA Junior Welterweight Championship. Anani with a record of 18-1. Gibbs 8-1. Nice right hand.
Nice right hand, but she's got no power with it. She's not throwing her shoulder into it.
Well, and the fact that she's throwing one punch at a time, you know, she's got to come across with two.
Look at the mouth, Linda, of Fredia Gibbs. Wide open, a clear sign of that fatigue.
Oh, she's definitely fatigued. But, I mean, Anani will take that out in any fighter. She'll wear anybody out.
Anani's punch output has really not slowed down much, Sean. Pretty much just as busy now here in round 8 as she was in round number 1.
Hey, she's in good shape, and she said this was her plan tonight. You know, it really works. Big right hand from her, and she pours it on. Look at these combinations. She can smell victory. She knows she's ahead in this fight. She knows the score, and she's keeping the pressure on. You know, she said in the ring, I'm a boxer brawler. Tonight, she said, I'm going to be more of a brawler, and she certainly is.
And she puts a lot of mental pressure on her opponents, because even when Gibbs lands a nice shot, Anani just walks right through it. She did the same thing in that Martin fight. You know, she put a lot of mental pressure because she just keeps coming.
Guts and determination.
Well, something you notice about the women, too, is they're not real big body punchers. A lot of times they're head hunters, and they go straight for the head most of the time, where the men tend to try to wear you out with the body. You know, you kill the body, the head will follow, but women just don't seem to fight that way.
Anani's doing a nice job with the body right there.
She definitely is.
Trying to hold on with Gibbs. Anani finding the holes. She may knock her out. Keep the pressure on. They want a KO in her corner.
Non-stop action by Sumya Anani. We come to the end of round 8. Coming up,
I'll get another one.
co-main event. There is the colorful Valerie Mafood. Gotta love the hair.
Shy, unassuming, rather bashful young lady.
Not exactly. She'll take on Trina Ortegon coming up next.
Very flamboyant. The Jorge Paez of female boxing.
She said she had some extra dye left. Hair dye.
You gonna take her up on it?
I don't think
I
so.
think you'd look good in purple.
Some of her fans cut their hair like hers and colored it.
All of them?
Not all of them.
Both of them?
We approach the
A lot of people here to support her. A lot of fans.
round 9.
Round number 9 scheduled for 10.
And this is a window of opportunity that's open for Anani. She has to pour it on right at the first like this. She'll get a knockout. Pour it on. Fredia is thinking about it. She's wondering if she really wants to be in this fight in the 9th round.
Well, Fredia Gibbs is a very skilled athlete. Sumya Anani is a skilled, tough, gritty, veteran fighter. And again, like I said, at one point in her career, I had her ranked in the top 2 or 3 in the world, up there with Martins and Lucia Rikers and others. Because of pressure, she's just a tremendous pressure fighter.
She certainly has a lot of pride. Look at showing the marks of this fight, a swelling underneath the left eye, bruised up nose, and you can see she wears her heart on her trunks.
Wow, she threw that last right hand from Kansas City. It nearly landed. Gibbs avoided it.
Well, Anani's definitely getting to take advantage of some body shots with Gibbs.
There was a point, Linda, earlier in the fight where Gibbs was able to slide off the ropes and utilize this ring, not anymore.
Well, these punches are definitely accumulating on Gibbs. And, you know, with Anani hitting her in the body so much, you know, those body shots start really taking a toll.
And now, Sean, she's just Gibbs pawing with the left jab.
Gibbs really out of gas. Not used to the 10 round. She's wondering what she could do. Says, how can I keep Anani off of me?
Anani's been 10 rounds herself 4 times during her career. As Sean mentioned, I think Gibbs might have been 10 rounds at one time against Mellinger. That was way back in 1998. Good body work on the inside by Sumya Anani. One hand free, and she's utilizing it.
10 rounds the last 2 fights for Anani. She's using that experience in this match tonight.
Another good round for Sumya Anani.
Good round. That's the way to call it.
Take a deep breath.
I have Linda Gibbs need a knockout, in my opinion, to win this fight.
Well, and that's the only way she's going to get Sumya off of her. She's got to knock her out to win, and she's got to knock her out to get her to go away.
And the last time that Gibbs got a knockout, back in October of 1997, she's not really known as a KO artist. Strange things happen. She has to let her hands fly. Some of the action from that 9th round. You know, that round I thought a window of opportunity open. Anani kept the pressure on, but Gibbs did everything she could to stay in there. Anani, the final round.
Let him go like castle time.
2 minutes.
Seconds
Waterman says.
Seconds out. We approach
He knows he
the
wants a
10th
KO.
and final round.
All right, 10th and final round for this WIBA Junior Welterweight Championship. Sumya Anani on the attack again, early. Fredia Gibbs trying to land some counters off the ropes, not able to do it.
Downstairs to the body. There's Anani.
It has to be frustrating, Linda, to take on a Sumya Anani who is just all over you.
Oh, when you get a fighter all over you like that, and you're not able to hurt him with your punches, I mean, it's very frustrating.
A lot of talent from her, too. She turns right-handed. She turns back to the southpaw stance. Conventional, unconventional. She throws punches from all angles. She's busy in the ring. How do you fight someone like that that is all over you, like a cheap suit?
Well, number one, she's got to throw more than one punch at a time. She's got to start barraging her with different punches and coming at her. You know, when you got somebody coming at you with lots of combinations, I mean, you got to either counter them or come back with some more of your own.
Yeah, good power would help her, too, if she put a little power behind her punches. You have to do something to break the concentration of Anani.
Gibbs is waiting to counterpunch, and that's not going to get it done here tonight. She's way behind. She's just going to have to take some chances and set down on that right hand. She has landed a few, but it has not phased Sumya Anani.
Well, one of the things that Gibbs needed to do was keep Sumya off her with her jab, and she's not been able to do that because Sumya, you just don't break her concentration. That girl is totally focused.
One direction, she knows, get in there and score.
Oh, yeah.
The Island Girl.
Coming up on 20 seconds to go.
Sumya Anani,
who, unless a miracle happens here in Austin, will have yet another championship.
Sumya's always going to give you a good fight. She's always going to give the crowd exactly what they're looking for. Lots of action.
10 seconds to go. And Anani still on the attack.
Here's the bell, that is the bout.
good fight. Both fighters say that.
Good fight, David. Good fight.
Trying to play now for the judges. Throw your arms up.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Look around, make some eye contact with the judges. I'll tell you something. Fredia Gibbs hoping not to get cheated in this.
Coming up, Valerie Mahfoud and Trina Ortegon in a super middleweight bout. So, after 10 hard-won rounds, Sumya Anani and Fredia Gibbs await the decision. Find out who will claim this WIBA Junior Welterweight Championship. On my scorecard, I have it 99-92 for Anani. That may be a little too lopsided, but nevertheless, she certainly won the fight.
Well, Anani definitely seemed to be taking control of this fight and throwing more punches and landing some really clean, good shots. What will be interesting is I'd like to see the winner of this fight take on Lucia Riker and get her back in the ring so the fans can see her again.
Great feeling, though. If you think you have won this fight, waiting for the announcement, Sumya Anani certainly hoping not to get Cheetah tonight.
Of course, they did deduct a point from both fighters earlier. I didn't note that on my scorecard. Back inside the Austin Convention Center here in Austin, Texas. We had an exciting first fight, 10-rounder. Fredia Gibbs, Sumya Anani. I had it 99-92 for Anani. In just a moment, we'll find out the exacts from Mark Bureau.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the decision of the three judges at ringside. Judge Oren Schellenberger scores the bout 96-92 Anani. Judges Ray Hawkins and George Garland both see the bout 94-94. We have a majority draw. A majority draw.
Wow.
That's a lousy decision, in my opinion.
Well,
Anani,
they both got cheated.
Yeah, they really did.
A draw. Nobody wants to fight to a draw.
Fredia did some good work in there. She moved around and she landed some nice shots, but you can't, Anani, with all
Ladies
of
and
those
gentlemen,
punches.
how about a nice hand once again for a
the
fight
level of
effort
effect
by
on those
Fredia
punches.
Gibbs and Sumya
I just
Anani.
think that that's not a good decision.
I don't think that belt will fit around both of them.
And I don't think